So in 2026, I made a commitment to set healthy boundaries. Now, I believe, and I'll have to go check the library, that I talked about the art of saying no in a prior video. This builds on that concept. And I'm saying this from the standpoint of having healthy boundaries oftentimes involves saying no, both explicitly as well as implicitly. Like by not showing up to something that you understand is just not going to serve your best interest when it comes to being effective at helping you achieve a desired goal or outcome. And there's nothing wrong with this. For example, there's a lot of things that I deeply enjoy being involved with and in at my company. And I have made a commitment to this not-for-profit board for the entirety of 2026, meaning this is my sole focus. And as a result, it has been, it's taken a high degree of self-discipline to accept the fact that I need to maintain a healthy boundary with this commitment. I need to do less extracurricular, enjoyable things at work to keep my commitment to the board, in addition to, and probably more importantly, spending time with my family. Because we've got young adult daughters at home. The time that I have to interact with them and to share with them and to act as a sounding board and to coach them is getting shorter and shorter by the day. And I value that. I value that from the standpoint of wanting and desiring for them to have a great future ahead of them. And if I'm not here, if I'm not doing things that are supporting them in their efforts to move in a direction where they want to go as young adults, then I'm not respecting an inherent boundary that has been in place for years, which is making sure that my family is taken care of in a capacity, in a way that makes sense at the season where we're at in life, at the season where we're at in life. Kind of cut that off there inadvertently. So healthy boundaries are a combination of different things. The art of saying no and doing it in a way that respects everybody involved, in addition to just managing time and understanding that, hey, I may be able to commit 30 minutes over here, but understand that I'm not going to spend the next 2 hours doing this. There's a lot of different elements that can help you and I maintain these healthy boundaries and sustain our energy and ensure that we're honoring commitments, and the list goes on. But I think you probably understand where I'm going with this point. So, this also ties back into the previous video, which is, having a sustainable pace. Healthy boundaries help us maintain a sustainable pace, and a sustainable pace help us maintain healthy boundaries. It's a corollary. Now, correlation, causation, let's not go down that rabbit hole. I have no empirical evidence to back that statement up, but I anecdotally have enough personal experience to be able to say, hey, this is what works for me. And at the beginning and the end of this is just what I'm sharing in this series. Having these healthy boundaries in place is a life lesson learned. And once again, brought to you by Tim Unscripted.